Hi everyone, welcome to Forme GO. My name is Carlin and today I'm going to be taking you through a sample class from our Sculpt category. Our Sculpt classes, I would say, are more of our signature style classes, a very well-rounded Reformer Pilates style class. All of our instructors teach across the Sculpt category, so no class will ever be the same and you'll have lots of variety. Today I'm going to be taking you through a full body Sculpt class. And we're going to be using our Pilates box and a couple of weights. I've got one heavier and one lighter for some different movements. We're going to get straight into it with a little bit of a dynamic warm-up just to get some energy and some moving flowing throughout the body. So we're going to pop on some heavy springs, 2 reds and 1 green, make it nice and heavy, and grab your heavier weight out of the 2. We're going to lay down with our head on our headrest, bringing our heels up onto our foot bar, just nice and wide, heels on your foot bar, toes pointing out. We'll start with our weight just down over our chest. Our elbows are down nice and close in towards our side waist. Think about tucking that pelvis under so your back imprints on towards your carriage. So if you tilt that pelvis away from you, you'll feel a little pocket of air pop through your lower back and your carriage bed. And then if you tilt that pelvis up towards your nose, you'll feel your spine really melt, imprint in towards your carriage. From here, we're going to keep the weight even through both heels as we just press that carriage all the way out and then slowly resist the pull of the springs to pull the carriage all the way back in. Nice. We're going to work a few here just at this nice slow tempo. Just holding that weight above our chest for now. Keeping that weight even through both heels. Let's try and avoid locking those knees out at the top. Just to keep a soft bend, keeping those muscles under tension, warming them up nicely for our class. Keeping that back nice and flat. Press down against our carriage. Nice work. Next time we come in, we're going to come out, press that weight all the way up above our chest in line with our shoulders. Slowly bring it in as you draw the carriage all the way in, all the way out, all the way back in. Nice. We can start to pick up that pace ever so slightly, still maintaining that control, resisting that pull of the springs on the way back in. So we're not jumping onto those stoppers at the front of our carriage. Nice. Thinking about to start engaging that core, so drawing your belly button in towards your spine. Ribs connect down towards those hips. Nice work. Let's stay here for another 6. For 5, exhale on that working phase. Inhale on your way in. For 4, 3, last 2, last 1. We're going to press all the way out. We're going to lower down just halfway. Find that sweet spot. Holding here. Little pulses. Add an inch and in an inch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's press all the way out. Slowly come all the way in. Let's move that weight onto our hip bones. Shuffle your knees or your heels in towards each other, just as wide as our hips. From here, we are going to keep those elbows nice and wide. Just shuffle your shoulders ever so slightly down away from those shoulder blocks. Same again, really imprinting that spine in towards your carriage bed. Let's tuck that pelvis under first. Continue lifting through those hips all the way up towards the ceiling. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Slowly lower, upper back, mid back, lower back, all the way down onto your carriage. Nice work. Last thing to hit that carriage bed is your tailbone. Tuck that pelvis under first, imprint that spine, lift all the way up. Nice, squeezing those glutes at the top, rolling through that spine, heavy on your carriage. Just nice and slow and controlled here. Trying to think about keeping that carriage drawn in. So pull your knees over that foot bar, squeezing those glutes at the top. Next time we lift up, can we hold here? Squeeze those glutes, lift that weight up above your chest and shoulders. We're going to drive the weight through both heels as we press that carriage all the way out. Keep those hips high. Hamstring curl to come all the way back in. Weight comes back down onto your hips. Slowly lower, all the way back down. Nice and slow with control. Nice. Peel that spine. Peel those hips. All the way up. Squeeze at the top. Arms come up, slide it all the way out, draw it all the way back in. Beautiful. Let's stay working here for another 7. Keeping that belly button drawn in the whole time. Maybe we can add a tricep extension as we slide that carriage away, all the way up as we come all the way back in. Nice work. We've got 6 to go. Harder option here is to take out that full reset, and we're just going to keep that tailbone tucked under as we dip those hips down all the way back up. Nice work. Work that tricep extension if it's there for you. Keeping those hips nice and high, tailbones tucked under, one hip dip, all the way back up. Nice work. We've got 5 to go. You'll quickly learn that I'm a terrible counter. And the more that I talk, the more distracted I get. So the more shocking my counting becomes. I think we've got 2. Nice work. Alrighty. Last one. We're going to lift up. We're going to hold. Arms are going to come up above our chest. We're going to slide out into that full extension and hold. Tricep extension for 5, 4, for 3, for 2. Last one. Bring that weight above your chest and shoulders. Come all the way in. Keep those hips nice and high. Weight onto our hips. We're going to work some little hip dips just for 5. Nice work. Keep that carriage drawn all the way in for 4, 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly come all the way down. Nice work. Just bring those heels nice and wide onto your foot bar and just swing those knees from side to side. Little window wiper stretch. Nice little bit of mobility through that spine. Beautiful. Alrighty, let's come up. We're going to swap our weights out for our lighter weight and come into a little bit of core. So grab your lighter weight. We're going to lie back down on our carriage, but this time swing your knees up and over your foot bar. Scoot yourself forward and then find that roll down with your head ever so slightly down from your headrest. Shoulders will be well away from those shoulder blocks. We're going to start with our arms up in line with our chest and shoulders. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Just starting with a couple of pelvic tilts here again. So just tilting that pelvis up towards your nose. Feel that back imprint on your carriage bed. And then slowly tilt it away. Feel that little gap of air come between your back and your carriage. Tilt it up. Nice. Draw those ribs in towards your hips. And then slowly tilt away. All the way back up. Let's hold it here. Really imprint that spine in towards your carriage bed. Nice. Heavy through our tailbone. Let's tuck our chin in and start to curl up to the top. Nice work. Arms can come up above our head, slowly back in front of our chest, and then slow with control. Let's find that nice slow roll down. Nice work. Alrighty, imprint that spine first. Tuck that chin in. Let's curl up at the top. A little bit of weight through those back of the knees to help you come up, but you're really trying to think about using those lower abdominal muscles to pull ourselves all the way up into that crunch at the top. Nice work. Arms to the ceiling, all the way back down. Couple more here. Nice. Keep that back Nice and flat. Anchor down into the bottom of that carriage bed. Nice work. Last one. We're going to come all the way up, tuck that chin in heavy through that tailbone, sit up nice and tall. Weight's going to come in at our chest. We're going to find a half roll down here, and we're going to come into some little side rotations. Nice work. Play around with that range. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lift back up through center. Hold for a second or two. Let's find that half roll down once more. Hold it here. Weights in at our chest. Find those rotations for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back through center. 1 more set here. Just going to move my hair out of my way. Nice. Draw that weight in towards our chest. Let's find that roll down. Continue with those rotations for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back through center, lift up and hold. Well done, guys. Nice work. Let's shuffle ourselves back, swing those legs up and over our foot bar. Can pop that weight down for now. No, we can't. We're actually going to continue to use that. So let's just change our springs. We're going to go 1 yellow spring. Take your heavy springs off. So we've got our lighter weight and our 1 yellow spring on. We're going to kneel on our carriage facing towards the front. We are going to bring our weight into our left hand, reaching behind you to start with your small loop in your right hand, and then we are going to come up into a tall kneeling. Just bring your feet back up against your shoulder blocks behind you. We're going to let this left arm come nice and strong and straight. Right arm is lifted up in line with your shoulder as we send that right arm forward. Left arm comes in. Nice. Left arm comes out. Right hand comes round, but follow that elbow with your eye gaze and find that rotation through your upper spine. Keep that belly button drawn in. Nice. Find that full rotation. Follow that right elbow with your eye gaze. Nice work. We're here for 8. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Belly button drawn in. Just finding that rotation through that upper back. Nice work. 5 to go. For 4. Keep those ribs drawn down towards your hips for 3. Last 2. 1. We are going to hold through this left side for 5. Keep the elbow lifted. 4, 3, 2, 1. Opposite way. Right arm forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back through center. Find that reset. Nice work. Pop that big loop back onto its post. You can pop that weight just forward onto your foot plinth. Before we come into the other side, we're going to spin around. Bring your knees up against your shoulder pads. Reach in front of you for your loops. Just cross them over and hold on to them just above your black knots. Just add some more tension to our cables. If that gets too much, just play around with your range. You can walk your hands further down towards your loops if you need. From here, we'll just start with our bum on our heels to start off with. Shoulders rolled back and down, tuck that tailbone under, belly button is drawn in. Let's just open our arms out nice and wide. Squeeze those shoulder blades at the top. Slowly come all the way back in. Nice. So keeping tension on these cables the whole time, really squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back. Keep that eye gaze forward and our body stays nice and upright the whole time. Alrighty, as we come out, can we lift up into our tall kneeling, hold for a second or two, hover and hinge from those hips, hover that bum over those heels, then lift straight back up, squeeze those shoulder blades together at the top. Nice work. You can shuffle those knees ever so slightly away from your shoulder blocks if you need. Finding a little bit of pace here, but still keeping that nice form and control. Nice work. We've got 7 to go. Keep that belly button drawn in. Keep those shoulders down. For 5. For 4. Play around with that range of where those hands sit if you need. Last 2. Nice work. 1 more. Let's lift up, hold, squeeze those shoulder blades together for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, guys. Uncross those loops, pop them back onto your posts. Just have a little roll out of those shoulders. Well done. Let's turn back around to face at the front, grabbing a hold of our weight, this time in our right hand. We're going to reach for our small loop in our left. And we're going to work our little shoulder press, chest press on the other side. So let's lift up into our tall kneeling. Bring your feet back up against your shoulder blocks. Left elbow is lifted up in line with our shoulder. Right arm up in line with our shoulder in the front. Let's draw that right arm in as that left arm goes long. Nice. Opposite side. Look at that left elbow as that right arm extends all the way out, all the way in. Nice work. Quite heavy on that right side after working that reverse chest fly. Nice work. We've got 6 to go. Keep that belly button drawn in. Nice and slow control. Keep that elbow lifted for 5, 4. Nice work. Last 3. Light squeeze on those glutes at the top. For 2. Last 1. Extend that right arm forward. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left arm forward. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw it in. Nice work, guys. Good. A little bit of upper body to start our class. All right, let's pop that weight down for now. We are going to stay on that yellow spring. Let's come up and grab our Pilates box. We'll start to fire up these glutes. So we're going to bring our box against our carriage, press it right up against your machine rails and tuck it up just behind your base of your foot bar. Grab a hold of either of your weights. You can go a little bit heavier for an overhead press if you would like, or your lighter weight, whichever feels more comfortable for you. We are going to stand up onto our box. Bring your left foot up towards that top right corner. Right foot comes back behind you. Weight is in your right hand. Left hand is on your left hip. Nice work. From here, let's roll those shoulders back and down. Keep that belly button drawn in. Your tailbone is tucked under. So we've got a nice flat back. All our weight is heavy through our left heel. We're going to send that right leg nice and long and back behind us as we come down into a lunge. Hinge the body forward ever so slightly. That weight comes just inside that left knee. Weight's heavy through that left heel as we come all the way to the top for 1 curl, overhead press. Nice work. Heavy through that left heel. Let's find that nice long lunge all the way up at the top for that curl, overhead press. Nice work. Watching that left knee, just make sure it's tracking in line with about your second toe, not caving in or swinging out as you come down into that lunge. Nice work. Keeping that weight heavy through that left heel, a little bit through our left big toe. All the way up at the top, squeeze that glute. Alrighty, can we add on here? We're going to slide out into our lunge. Hold. Can you bend that back leg as you work that row? Bring the carriage all the way in, all the way out as you extend that right arm long. Come to the top for that curl overhead press. So we're just adding in that scooter all the way out. One scooter, one row. Nice work. And then overhead press at the top. Nice work, guys. Sticking that tailbone out behind you as you find that scooter. Find more depth through that left side. Really putting that weight through our left heel. We've got one more layer, believe it or not. Nice work. Okay, next time we come down. We're going to work that lunge, hold. Can we row, hold, stay low as you bring your right toes back behind you to that left corner of your box. Arm comes down. Let's find one curtsy squat. Stand up tall. Right foot comes back behind you on that carriage. Curl, overhead press. Nice work. Find that lunge first. Work that row. Stay low as you bring that right foot back behind you. Arm goes long. One curtsy squat. Stand up tall. Right foot back behind you. Curl, overhead press. Nice work. Let's keep that belly button drawn in. Keep pulling that right hip forward. Heavy through that left heel. Nice work. We've got 5 to go. Really starting to fire up through that left glute. Whew. As you work that curtsy squat, really try and keep the weight forward. So we're light on those toes. Nice work. We've got 3 to go. Keep that belly button drawn in. Nice long lunge. Work that row and that scooter. Let the weight come down nice and straight as you find that curtsy squat. Alrighty, last 2. Nice work. Find lots of depth through that left side. Keep that belly button drawn in to help that balance. Last one. Alrighty, next time we come to the top. Let's hold. Let's continue in that shoulder press for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm comes down by your side. Let's find that lunge, hold. Let's continue just in that row and that scooter. For 5, stick that tailbone out behind you. For 4, for 3, last 2, last 1. I'm just laughing at knowing what's coming. Let's come into that curtsy squat. Arm goes long, finishing with those pulses. 5, 4, weight stays forward. 3, 2, and 1. Out. Nice work, guys. Stand up nice and tall. Carefully come off the side of your carriage. We'll just come into a quick little figure 4 stretch. Just bring your left ankle over your right knee, sitting up nice and tall, or we can hug that knee in towards our chest. Find a little rotation and feel that stretch on the outside of that glute. Often that stretch hurts more than the actual exercise. Whew. All right, nice work. We are now going to stay on the yellow, stay with our weight. Let's change over onto a lighter weight if you have got it with you. We're going to bring our box up onto our carriage, just so it's in short box, so long edges come against your shoulder blocks, that's what they're called. We have got our weight with us and we are going to sit on our Pilates box. Nice work. We have got either foot, we've got a foot either side of our box, one on our headrest, one on our carriage. We're going to reach for our small loop in our left hand. Actually, we're going to go big loop just to get some more range. And this weight is going to sit just on our right shoulder. From here, we're going to make sure that our shoulders are relaxed, tuck our tailbone under, keep that belly button drawn in. We're going to lift up through our left elbow up towards the ceiling and then find that full extension through that left arm. So slowly come back through center, left hand comes outside that right hip and then lift up from that left elbow first, find that full extension through that left arm. Nice work. Next time we open up, can we hold one shoulder press? Slowly bring it in. Just notice a difference in that lighter weight through our shoulder press on that right side. Still maintaining that control. Couple more here. Sitting up nice and tall on those sit bones. Nice. Alrighty. Next time we go to lift up. Can we hinge the body forward, keep the weight even through both heels? We're going to stand up nice and tall as you work that extension through that left arm. Find your shoulder press. Stick that tailbone back behind you as we hover over that box. Stand up nice and tall, keeping a soft bend in those knees. Nice work. We're here for 6. Weight stays even through those heels. For 5. Nice work. We've got 3 to go. Really pull up through that left elbow first. And then find that full extension. Nice work. Last 2. Nice work. Last one. We're going to lift up and hold. Continue in that shoulder press for 3, 2, 1. Hover over that box and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Let's take a seat on that box. Have a little roll out through those wrists. Nice work. Okay, let's pop that weight just back onto our foot plinth for now. We are going to come into a little bit of core before we work the other side. So we'll stay on this yellow spring. If you would like a little bit more support here, you can change onto one green. Otherwise, nice and challenging option, one yellow spring. Just walk your heels up against your front face of your box and pop your hands over your foot bar. So all 10 fingers are over that foot bar. I don't want your thumbs to be either side so you're gripping that foot bar. I want to keep those wrists in neutral. So keep all fingers over your foot bar. Let's bring that weight forward and send those hips up nice and high. So your shoulders stay over your wrists the whole time. We are going to slide to plank, hold, keep that belly button drawn in, keep the back nice and flat, as we tuck the knees in, all the way back out. Nice work. Bend the knees to come just under those hips, all the way back out. Nice work. We're just here for 6, for 5, 4, keep that weight forward, for 3, keep that belly button lifted for 2, and 1. We're going to slide to plank and hold. This time we're going to pike those hips up towards the ceiling, scoop up through the belly, and draw the carriage all the way in. So slide to plank, eye gaze comes forward, push those hips up, scoop up through the belly, eye gaze comes between your knees, and then sliding back out. Nice work. Quite easy to let those legs take over here, but really think about using those lower abdominal muscles to draw the carriage all the way in. Nice work. 3 to go. Last 2. Last 1. Pike that carriage all the way in. Slide back out to plank and hold. Either keep your toes on your carriage or toes up onto your box, and let's hold that plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come all the way back in. Nice work, guys. Just have a little roll out of those wrists. And then we're going to come into our seated draw the sword set first, and then we'll finish with our glutes. So staying on that yellow spring, we're going to turn around on our box to face the back. Apologies that my back is towards you. Feet are either side of that box. Foot on your headrest and a foot on your carriage. Reach in front of you for your small loop in your right hand this time. That right hand starts in front of your left hip, and that weight is on your left shoulder. Sitting up nice and tall on those sit bones. Keep that belly button drawn in. Let's lift that right elbow up towards the ceiling first, and then all the way out. Find that full extension. Nice. All the way in, and then all the way back out. Let's actually pop our hand through that big loop, just so we've got more range as we lift up. Couple more here. Can we add that shoulder press at the top? Nice. Keep that belly button drawn in. Nice work. Nice and strong and straight through that overhead press. Next time that hand comes in, can we hinge the body forward? Weight stays even through both heels as we lift up nice and tall. Find that extension, overhead press. Soft bend stays in that knees. Hover just down and over that box. Then all the way back up. Nice work. We've got 6 to go. Heavy through both heels. Lift up through that elbow first. Then find that extension through that arm. Nice work. Last 4. Belly button stays drawn in. For 3. Holding nice and strong at the top. Nice and low in that hover. For 2. Last 1. Let's come down nice and low. All the way up and hold. Shoulder press for 3. 2. 1. Whew. And then let's hover. Finish in those squats. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up nice and tall. Slowly sit back down onto that box. Nice job, guys. Let's turn around to face the front. Pop that weight down. Just interlace your hands behind your back. Open up through the chest, through your shoulders. And then just bring the hands in front of the chest, turn the palms away, and just tuck that chin in. Nice and close to the microphone. Hello. Nice. Okay. Let us finish with our lower body. So we're going to bring our box onto, that was such a long way to come around the carriage. Anyway, box comes down onto the ground, up against the machine, and then just tucked right up behind the bottom of your foot bar. Let's grab our heavier weight out of the two and stand up on our box. This time, right foot towards your top left corner of your box. Left foot comes back behind you. Weight is in your left hand, and your right hand is on that right hip. Nice work. We're going to roll those shoulders back and down, stand it up nice and tall. Let's send that left leg nice and long first as you come down into that hip hinge and lunge over that right side. Heavy through that right heel as we come to the top for that curl overhead press. Nice work. Keep pulling that left hip forward, finding that nice long length, nice control on the way up. Beautiful. All right. Let's watch that knee alignment through that right side, taking some time to pause at the bottom. Really think about that time under tension through this right side. And as you slide away through this back leg, think about pushing up through that back of your knee. So that left leg stays nice and strong and straight all the way out. Nice work. Alrighty, can we add in that row and that scooter, sticking that tailbone out, all the way in, all the way up to the top. Nice work. Keep pulling that left hip forward. Keep those ribs drawn down towards your hips. And try and keep these movements separate. So find that lunge first, then come into that row and scooter, come to the top, curl, overhead press. Nice work. Is anyone else's shoulders on fire? Holy. Weight's heavy through that right heel. Can we add in that curtsy squat? So we lunge, hold, we row and we scooter. Left foot comes behind us to that right corner of the box. Weight comes down. One squat all the way up, nice and tall at the top for that curl overhead press. Nice work. That is our combo for the last 8. Heavy through that left heel, right heel, sorry. Curl and press at the top. You'll also note that I'm terrible with my lefts and rights, but we can't be good at everything. Alrighty, really loading up through that right glute. I've already lost count and my balance. Nice work. Alrighty, let's say we've got 4 to go. Keep that belly button drawn in, keeping those movements separate. Nice work. Weight stays forward in that curtsy squat. We've got 3 to go. Heavy through that heel, nice and low in that lunge. Find that depth in that squat. Whew. Alrighty. Keep that eye gaze forward as you find that lunge and that scooter. Finding a focus point with your eyes will also help that balance. This is our last one. Then next time we come to the top, we're in to that finisher, overhead, presses. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, for 2, and 1. Let's find that nice, beautiful long lunge and continue with that row and those scooters. Stick that tailbone back behind you for 5, 4, for 3, last 2, and 1. Nice work. Let's bring it all the way in. Stay low, finishing with those squats for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up tall. Whew. Nice work, guys. Let's carefully come down and find that stretch. Can cross that right ankle this time over your left knee, sitting up nice and tall, or we can hug that knee in towards our chest. Find a little rotation, turning around to face the back. Nice. Coming back through center. That is us all done. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.